can figure this out tomorrow. We just need to get someplace where we can hole up for the night. And I'm working with Killjoy on that in terms of like coordinating either like locations or contacts or teams, or I mean, Alex can pay for anything in any one of these villages or anything else, or we can just break the fuck in someplace that might be fairly abandoned. And
does any of you have survival?
I do.
I was about to say my character would know geography, maybe.
Do a
then...
intelligence survival.
We can always do the Ravnos waterbed.
What?
You never heard of the Ravnos waterbed? You find a body of water and you just jump into it, and then hide in like an underwater cave, or hide yourself in the silt and mud.
Tie yourself to a rock.
Yeah, tie yourself to a rock and just spend the night in dark waters, and then wake up the next morning.
There's no buoyancy in vampires. You don't have air in your lungs. So.
Oh yeah, so we can just stay under.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could just do that. That's what Vaughn did in the Thames once. That's like what he does in desperate situations.
The Ravnos waterbed. You said intelligence and survival?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or wits.
Or wits. Yeah, either one is the same roll for me.
Is it? There it is.
Nice.
Ron is one with nature.
Mm-hmm. You're rolling as well, Alex? Yep.
Yep, he's not as one with nature as Vaughn is.
Hey man, we're bumming it now. This is my territory.
Yeah, exactly. Alex is like hotels, like his massive, like,
you're probably a bit distracted
metropolitan complex
by your hunger and your friend in your arms, who's a bit crisp at the moment. But I think with the owl's help, you find a small chasm in the ground that leads to some underground cave system inside the forest. You can squeeze through, and the cave is obviously larger on the inside.
It's better than a graveyard. I mean, in Alex's opinion.
You're going?
Yeah, this is preferable to sewers or graveyard. So
Actually, sorry. I was going to add something. Before she goes in, she actually takes a moment to reflect and was like, she basically, I think it might have been Alex, but she was on the roof. She just yells at everyone. She's like, what did you expect for pissing off a dragon? And we lost Victor in the process. Like she starts like teetering on like frenzying, more or less.
Do you mean we lost Victor? Didn't he just teleport out like normal?
She's like, no, like he was in my head. He told me he loved me before he died.
Wait, he's gone?
Well, that's news.
Yeah, he saved us. That's why the house is on fire.
That was a foolish mistake.
Vaughn looks visibly like upset because like Victor had saved his life. He owed him like a life boon. So
Oh,
it's true. He did. When Vaughn almost fell into the abyss when we grabbed him.
Well,
It's written in my sheet. There's a life boon for Victor.
You paid it back by becoming Herald. That was his request.
Vaughn didn't consider it settled because he's like, whatever, being the Herald, but he still owed him in his mind.
It occurs to Alex that because Victor hid the sword, it's gone. That's not coming back. Nobody's ever going to find Victor's underground sanctuary.
Naomi will one day.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like one day, but like that's gone. And but otherwise he's going to be like, he did what he had to do. There was no other way.
Could I rouse the heal now? Because we're in a safe space.
You're still pumped, Naomi, if you want to heal as well.
Yeah, before she does that, she also says, like, we have 2 people in the army in this coterie. She gets like really mad at her coterie for a moment and basically brings up like she reflects back onto the last time we did a mission together and like how well and successful it went, way better than we planned, and then having that like inner like Tremere like perfectionist, she's like, this was a mess, this was garbage, like how dare we fail so hard. She's so mad. She actually like does her best to like walk away and like blinks her way back to any sort of, with her, I don't know, I guess hearing, she'll try to like go somewhere. She doesn't want to be near them at all.
I think the charcoal version of Nera is just I'm gonna talk to her, and just sitting next to you, really, Naomi. Puts a hand on your shoulder, not saying anything. Well, it's a bit of a somber mood, but you were successful in killing all the Sabbat.
That's what Alex would say too. He's like, I mean, I'm going to miss Victor as much as anybody, but we scoured the Sabbat. And we took Antigen. I mean, they suffered losses for sure in this as well. This was a victory in many ways. And in every fight, he's not talking from any kind of military experience here, but like in any fight, we're going to have losses. But this...
Also with Humanity 5, you don't really care. Well, you lost an asset.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to sum it up like the sympathy here, but he's like, strategically, this was a win. Like unequivocally, this was straight up. We dealt a blow to basically our 2 greatest enemies right now, and we had them successfully attack each other. Like this came off about as well as we could hope, given all the variables in the situation and of course it might not seem very sympathetic, but he is Humanity 5 right now.
And you're a good performer.
I mean,
but I think Vaughn and Naomi are still Humanity 7, so they really feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Vaughn is like, it's like, Alex, this is Victor we're talking about here.
Yeah, I hear you. Like, I miss him, but
like, he's the backbone of your organization. He could snuff you out in seconds, but he chose to follow you.
And I don't know. Well, I do know what a liar you are, I suppose, but I didn't know you were so well able to lie to yourself. We have better standards than to lose him. We rushed into this after the first phase of the plan went okay. We suffered losses. I didn't want to go in there without the necessary precautions, but again, we were rushing things. Once the information had been taken out, it would have been much simpler to simply fly a couple of our own helicopters over that place and firebomb it from a safe distance instead of us being present, you being downstairs in the enemy's territory. Remember what I said about the enemy preparing their territory?
And he's going to throw up his hand. He's going to be like, I don't think that after striking her village, her territory, she was not going to hit back. And we were already neck deep in it before we knew what we were facing. And he says, this is the way things go sometimes. And he says, I miss Victor. I do. I'm going to miss him. He was loyal to the end. And that's what we all need to be. And that's what this is. When push comes to shove, we need to be ready to do the thing. and that's he's
Is
gonna be
that
like
thing
this
to
is,
save you?
Nera also looks at all of you with red eyes. She looks very serious. She says, he gave his life to save the prince. Respect his choice.
I do respect his choice. I do not respect the prince disillusioning himself, calling this a perfect success.
I didn't say it was perfect, but it is a success. You can't argue with that.
War
Like
is
that's
chaos.
right.
So
War is chaos. She
Yeah.
says.
yeah.
This is the type of shit that I try to avoid, because if you can cast him off, the only reason you're a prince is because of Victor, Alex. And if you can cast him off like he didn't really matter, then what the hell are you going to do with me?
I
Or anyone
didn't.
else here.
I'm not, he's like,
I mean, you were the
Victor
one that
gave
started
his
it.
life. I didn't force him to do anything.
If you want to blame anyone, blame Blackmore.
But it was Alex who walked into the room and confronted her and did something to anger her while she was ready to have a conversation.
No, you guys wouldn't stop killing her fucking pets.
Yeah, so Naomi snaps and actually at Alex and basically says, she's like, we have a hierarchy in our system. You're the prince, the Sabbat, and then it goes Anarchs and then the Sabbat. Why weren't you able to dominate them and put them in their place?
He's going to intimidate with Daunt.
Insubordination.
Yeah. He's going to break out the Daunt. And he's going to intimidate.
Composure shot diffuse, remember one?
Okay.
Unswayable mind applies.
Ooh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Why is
Kosher subterfuge?
Hmm.
Okay. And does me being high have any effect or no? It's up to you.
Damn.
I'm good.
Be that way
JK 7 with a
sometimes.
crit. Killjoy 4, Naomi 3, Vaughn 2.
I am looking at the effects of blood potency here. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I guess my character has that too.
You get an extra dot if you're at like 3 or 2 or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Naomi, you need to roll an extra die.
At the risk of hunger here, I'm going to rouse. It's a success.
Should I rouse too, or
No, just the easiest way to do it, Naomi, is just do a willpower reroll with 1 die and don't cross off any willpower.
This is so
Okay.
cool. I just wanted to say, this is so cool. The social combat. This is what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
Oh yeah.
she's questioning the whole hierarchy right now?
4. Yeah.
That's
Alex
a
with a
9.
messy crit. The venture
Fuck.
came
Oh
out.
That's right. That's right. That's
wiped.
Can I re-roll some dice?
You can do a willpower reroll, yes.
Oh wait, no, nah, it won't help.
brain, bro. It's gone. I'm
back
scoured.
the
Alex,
fuck down.
You had something in mind, and I'm gonna let you do that, but you're gonna hit. The ventral compulsion comes up when you.
Yeah.
This is the
he's
perfect
like,
situation. This is.
This is
back the fuck
good.
down. Yeah.
He. I don't think you've ever seen Alex angry before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
He's
this,
totally going all Gandalf here with like, the shadow and everything.
Yeah. You shall not pass.
That's right.
JK, you want to reroll? Some of it.
Nah, I'll only get 1 more success as max. So I won't help.
Well, you all cower. As Alex,
Yeah.
he's booming voice. What are you saying, Alex?
Meanwhile, Bradford's in the back going, yes.
No, he's smiling from ear to ear. I'm proud of you, but what are you yelling out to these guys with the daunt that's just booming through this cavern?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He's basically like, don't question me. I did what I had to do. I did dominate her. That's why she transformed into a monster. I stood up to her and I did everything. Victor gave his life for all of us. We did everything we had to do. and he's just had it. You know, he's just like, this is what happens. And this was a success. We did everything we could. We are all alive. I did do everything I could with her. I did stand up to her, and I will not be questioned about it.
He is terrifying. And for just a second, you feel like you're looking at Bradford.
Yep. Naomi says, standing up, not trying to tremble, not trying to, but out of the sheer just expression of being a Toreador, and just whispers under her breath poetically, "You're just like him."
Vaughn has like this reaction where he kind of like falls back a bit, and he just kind of like looks it up and like wide-eyed, and for a moment he sees like he sees Alex, but he sees a look that he hasn't seen in a long time, the intensity of like true hate. And the last time he saw something like that was on a Japanese officer in World War II standing over him with like a bamboo switch and yelling at him. And he has a bit of a like a split second of like real terror and fear that he's back, and he's like shaking, and he kind of like moves back on the floor and goes up against the wall and just kind of like looks at everyone for a moment, and he leaves.
Crawling out?
Mm-hmm.
The sun
He
is
stands
rising.
up and sort of stumbles away.
Yeah.
And he's like,
The sun is rising, I just want to note.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is there a body of water that we passed on the way?
We're in the crack, aren't we?
Yeah, you're inside, but if he wants to get out, there's water down here. It's a small pond. You don't know how deep it goes, but there's an underwater spring somewhere in here. You can definitely hear. It's a huge cave system. You're just at the entrance.
He goes for it. He goes in the water, and he's just laying under the water, like looking up. And that's where he's going to spend the night and try, if there's any sunlight coming in, tries to cover himself as much as possible. And that's where he's going to stay.
Nera,
as far away from everybody as he can.
Disappears into the darkness in the pool. Nera, she goes back to you, Alex, and stands not in front of you, but like next to you. She says you shouldn't question the prince. He did what he had to do, and we all did what we had to do. Made mistakes along the way, and unfortunately someone paid for it. We could have lost more people. Victor made his choice. And maybe he's not dead. Probably is, but I survived the fire. She said. She's still a crisp corpse. But
All did. It's got to emphasize that we are all alive.
And she looks at you, Naomi. I understand you're grieving. I would be too. But everything's gonna be alright. And you can see she actually believes that, but she has that kind of religious fanaticism about her that you've seen in so many things, and that I'm telling you that because you kind of pick up on that because you're very keen on it.
So as she is laying down, I guess, a scarf from her bag as like a makeshift bed away from everyone else, she takes a moment to basically say, she looks at her and kind of like narrows her eyebrows, and she's like, Is that what you guys have? And then I guess she kind of just sits and then kind of curls herself up, uses her bag as a pillow, and just like faces the wall.
Again, it's a huge cave system. You can be like separated, all you guys, if you want to, but there's one entrance that you know of. Okay.
The health gang.
First of all, everyone has to do a rouse to wake up.
Okay.
Is there a spot before
Sorry.
the prince goes to rest?
Oh.
Oh. If you want to do something before dawn.
If that's all right.
Yes, we can jump a bit back in time.
Yeah, just to the point where he's having to like hold himself to stay awake.
Okay.
He's gonna wander over towards wherever Alex is. And is assuming Alex is still.
Yeah.
What's he up to? Is he?
He's just kind of taken himself off with Nira, and he's angry. He's still in the throes of that messy critical. He's at Humanity 5. He's got Bradford in his ear. He's just as stressed out and feels on some level inside, the loss of Victor too, obviously. Like, he just doesn't express it the same way. Mm-hmm. But he's dealing with all the infighting and pushback from his own coterie that he's not used to. And yeah, so he's just kind of he's definitely agitated, I guess is the word he's visibly upset in a way that he's angry and agitated. Yeah. Grouchy.
Yeah, okay. So Killjoy comes wandering up. He's left his sniper behind, but he still has his pistol kind of like holstered in his pants, basically. Yeah. And he looks at Nira, kind of telling her to shove off for a second. I don't know if she would from me or if she needs the okay from the prince.
Is Alex getting any indication? Because he would have. He's kind of giving Killjoy the look of like, what, kind of thing. Like, he's not going to tell. If he expresses he wants to speak in private, he will grant him that. But Nira's going to stay pretty close by. So.
Yeah, she looks at you, Killjoy, and says, "Do anything, I'll tear your head off." And she heads into the darkness.
Hold up. Nira, he's my prince.
I know, everyone is just on edge. But he's more than my prince.
He's gonna beckon him forward, and he's gonna be like, "Say what you're gonna say, Killjoy."
Well, first thing, she should know better than to question any loyalty I have. Second thing, I want you to know that I do not disagree with any of the decisions that you had made, necessarily. I just had wanted better from you and from me. I am disappointed. But at no point should you assume any disobedience or insubordination. There's no questioning of what you've done. You are prince, and heavy is the head that wears the crown. But you can do better, and you must do better if you wish to keep people who are as useful as Victor around. His loss, I think, will not weigh on you so strongly, so much as it will plague the logistics of your reign.
And he nods. You can tell, like I don't know if he's going to say anything or not. You can tell that he is nodding and he's definitely listening to what you have to say and he's agreeing with it. And he says, I know.
If you wish to continue to keep the remaining assets that you have, you need to continue your performance better as well. You need to be kind.
Like the jaw is making contortion.
I know. You
Yeah.
need to appear to be kind.
Yeah.
Win
Alex,
them back. This coterie isn't as hardened as you.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
he's going to turn away and he's going to nod. Like he's got to he's holding it back, but he's like on the level, like he's agreeing with everything that Killjoy is saying.
if you need a way to perhaps relieve some infuriation and frustration after these acts of kindness, that's something I can help you with.
And for a moment, there's like a movement in his mouth. You can see the fangs there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
hungry?
yes. He is. He's got 3 hunger die. So he, definitely. Yeah, you can. There's not only a very powerful active beast there, but he's not frenzied. He's on the borderline there. He's but he's also it's a fanged smile at the thought of stress relief in the way you're suggesting.
Yeah.
It was like, yes, I would like to do whatever it is you're suggesting, like that kind of. It's not like a fanged smile of I need blood right now. It's more of a fanged smile of I'd like to relieve some stress in the way you're suggesting type of thing. So yeah. So and he will, without looking, he will reach out and put his hand on Killjoy's shoulder. You can tell this is, or I don't know, but he's making it obvious. It is a gesture of like, yes, I hear you. I cannot do or be more than I am right now before dawn. But everything you've said is definitely something that's going to sit with him come the following night and the following night and the following night. For sure. And he's nodding.
I live to serve.
Thank you. That's what he can manage. Thank you.
With that sentence, your compulsion goes away.
And it turns back and he's like, yeah.
He will just kind of, as if chilly, he'll just like bare his wrist and rub it just in case you need to feed.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm okay. Thank you.
Alex and Killjoy, you still need to do a rouse, I think, for waking
yes.
up. Killjoy,
Of course, the following night he may not be okay. We'll see.
If you want to heal an act, you need to do 4 rouse in total.
Success.
Storyteller.
Yeah.
Can I actually have like a really interesting idea for like a moment with Naomi as she's kind of like on her own. So Naomi's laying on the ground. She's kind of like in a fetal position, holding her bag, and she blames herself now, and she's just like, I was so distracted because I was a toreador. Like, she hates herself. she's like, I could have been there. I had magic. He was training me to be the Tremere I should have been. And this is the first time she's gotten in touch with her emotions. And she wants to become uh Victor now. She wants to like. So I have an idea. You know, when she was going through her books, can I arguably say she can read really fast and has hyperlexia while she was cleaning all of his books? And could she have picked up like as much information she possibly could, while taking care of his house at one time?
Well, you're both smart and fast, so retain a lot of things. But it's a vast library he has.
Yeah. So.
The way we can do it mechanically is like if you say, for example, "Do I remember a book like?" And then we can figure it out with a roll.
Yeah, so basically she's gonna remember back on those times. I don't know if she has the best memory in the world, but she's gonna do her best to kind of like, the way Victor impacted her is she's gonna try to suppress as much Toreador as she possibly can. Because like, yeah, and then also I assume he has a lot of occult books too, so she's gonna kind of go that angle. And that's kind of like where her psyche and mentality is kind of heading in that direction. But she's like, I could have protected my coterie. I should have been there with him. Like, I should have known fire. Like, he was, yeah.
Following night, Vaughn, you're the first awake. You have the highest humanity. Killjoy, I saw the. it's gonna be a shit show.
It's gonna be a shit show, yeah.
Is it 5 hunger? Oh god! But you heal an egg.
Whoop-de fucking do.
Yeah, Vaughn,
Can I give Killjoy 1 tea?
Yeah, before we do that,
You're gonna need to break out the fucking tea and then defend yourselves because
Yeah.
any taste,
We're all
any
out of
smell,
tea.
anything.
We distributed the tea. We
Isn't
distributed tea before the
Nero
mission.
still burnt flesh?
Well, she's healed most of it. She also did like 4 rouses. She only got 1 hunger out of it. But Vaughn
Do we
and
recover
you.
willpower also?
What?
Do we recover willpower also?
No.
Okay. Just
Vaughn,
making sure.
you wake about an hour before everyone else.
Okay.
And Vaughn, with Weight of the Feather, just rises up out of the water because he's less dense than the water. And just kind of floats up and like looks around. And I don't know if he sees like Naomi standing there or just sort of like around. He sort of like looks around a little bit, sees that everyone else is still there, and he kind of like dries off real quick. And I don't know how Naomi reacts to like seeing him.
Just buoyantly come out of the water.
Yeah, just standing up. Weight of the Feather. That's my interpretation.
She's
It just
rising
floats
like
up.
the lady from the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bloke from the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloke from like some dude, some crusty dude comes out of the water, and after he
She
dries
has-
off a little bit. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
She's kind of like looks at a book, looks up, looks through him, and then looks back down.
And Vaughn walks over, and just puts his hand on her shoulder. Like, I know she's not facing him. He just puts his like comforting hand on her shoulder. I'm sorry. He was a good man. I liked him a lot.
Naomi, can you do composure shot diffuse for me?
Yeah.
3 is not enough.
Oh.
You,
Oh.
you can reroll 2. Or
Okay.
you can just leave it at 3.
I'm about to die.
You know what? You know what? Actually, so willpower reroll or just how do I do that? Sorry.
Yeah, VP reroll and 2 and cross off of willpower.
So only 2?
Yeah, you only have through 2 black die left. You can.
Yeah, so reroll dice 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 4 is not enough either. Could have been a
Okay.
crit, but something pierces your mind. You hear a familiar voice. It's
Yeah.
Irish Heart, a woman you met in the abyss.
Okay.
I can bring him back if you serve me.
Storyteller with the dark bargain.
Ooh.
Fuck.
You kind of feel the tattoo. It's
Yeah.
burning a bit, or being annoying.
She kind of looks up at him for a moment, like trying to refocus her gaze to be like, okay, someone is actually there.
It's
And,
pitch
like,
black
kind
in here, Vaughn. Something is glowing from underneath his shirt on the shoulder.
Yeah, I think Naomi's also the only one that can see in the dark, right?
No, but yeah, it's for Vaughn and you are the only one awake right now, and because it's pitch black, Vaughn can see there's something glowing. Faintly, but it is glowing. And I think you also have a slightly vacant expression in your face because voice in your head.
Yeah. Do you have any reaction to that, Vaughn?
He like he says what he says, and then like kind of like moves his hand away when he sees it. What is that?
Okay, so assuming hypothesis, assuming possession means that she's not in her body, like she's not conscious of whatever happened. Like she didn't know that that demon face came out when they were at the table like a while ago when KJ was also kind of possessed. And she basically, like, when she gains back her consciousness, she looks at her wrist like back and forth and being like, sir, this is not an illusion. That's all she says.
I am very real. Don't you miss him? Don't you want him back? I have the power to do it.
Does Vaughn hear that?
No, it's all in her head.
Oh, okay.
You
So
see,
if she did if she was a lot more remorseful from her role, I know I would have acted her out, but she says this is not the time to the voice in her head.
just hear a maniacal laugh and then it fades.
She looks back up him while the laughing is going in her head.
You see a flashlight shine through the hole up from above. And you hear a familiar Irish voice saying, "Are you down there, fucktards?"
Oi, Ripper, a good one.
Gabriel jumps down, looking at this corpses around him.
Hey, the only anarch that I can stand.
The only Toreador I can tolerate.
I had a mind to go check on you, Gabriel.
I'm fine. He's a bit burned. His clothes are barely there. Basically just like his jeans has turned into very short shorts, and his leather jacket is it has one sleeve left. The other
You look
side
a bit
is
like
gone.
the Hulk after the Hulk was hulked.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's only wearing one boot.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
Alex, JK, you're at 5 humanity, right? Yeah. Killjoy, you're at 6?
Humanity.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Sounds right.
Killjoy sits up suddenly and roars. You've heard it before. He has a wild look on his face. His eyes are completely red, and he looks at you very hungrily. You're not all there, Killjoy, but you see it. You're not in control.
Where's Nira?
Like next to Alex.
Yeah, I'm going for Nira. I can just go for Nira. I'll be happy.
Do it.
The beast is in control.
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to urge the beast towards the person who fucking cast doubt on my loyalty.
We are outnumbered.
I don't care.
I do.
Since when were you more logical than me?
Your survival is important for the quest.
We can get a little bit. We're quick.
You kind of see Vaughn and Naomi, you see he's just muttering to himself, having a very heated argument, except no one else is there. Gabriel is like reaching for something, just waiting, and then you see Killjoy very fast, just, I think it only Naomi and Gabriel can track it, but like running towards the entrance and then jumping up.
Okay. So Naomi actually thinks that the same possession that affect her is now affecting him. And she goes at him to kind of like pin him down.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Okay. I'm gonna get some vampire blood one way or the other. It seems.
Oh no.
She didn't even think about that.
Well, Naomi, do strength athletics.
Oh no, that's a terrible roll for me. Can I pick something else?
Not for pinning him down.
I guess she did the math that she was quick, but not.
You
He's
are
quick.
quick. You can catch him, but pinning him down is a different matter.
No modifiers. What about
You could try and trip, maybe? With Dex or something? Like.
Well, I can't even do. You're fucking fast though. Like.
Well, you're also fast if you want to be.
How fast is fast?
Well, I have 2 points in celerity. I think you have more.
No, you
Yeah.
definitely have to rouse for fleetness to catch him.
Okay, hold on. Let me look at my stats for a hot minute. Arguably, can I use something? Can I use my bag as a melee to trip him?
Do Dex.
Like I threw the other bag.
Do a Dex and athletics
Okay.
if you're trying to trip him. Did you rouse for the fleetness?
I'll do that.
If this is a brawl against kindred storyteller, I have a speciality.
This is interesting.
Success.
Athletics and then dexterity.
Yeah.
No modifiers. No blood potency. I don't know if that affects. I have no idea. Oh fuck.
Yes!
I would re-roll willpower on that.
Yeah.
He,
Nah.
Just that's me.
Storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I'm here for a good story.
I'm here for a good story.
I mean, I don't know how much willpower you have, but if it were me, that's just a suggestion. You
Hold on,
play
let me
her
look at
however you
my-
like.
Willpower.
I'm only frenzying.
Yeah, exactly.
Only frenzying.
Yeah. So actually, I'm gonna give you a minute to think about that.
I just have to do more here.
Okay.
Nothing. Okay. I forgot your potence.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So he fails. I'm good to reroll willpower.
He has 3 successes at the moment. You have 1. But you can reroll 3 of the dice.
Okay.
Yes.
You're potentially looking at a bestial failure.
Yeah.
Potentially, but also messy critical.
Do I leave the 3 there this time?
Hmm?
Do I leave the willpower 3 there this time?
156.
Yeah, because you have 3 failures there. They're all black dice.
I think I still
Oof.
failed.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Well, you don't
Yes.
quite catch him as he jumps out.
You tried.
Yeah.
But you kind of try, and he kicks you in the face and pushes off you. You take 1 superficial from it.
Okay.
Boot to the face.
Can I? Wait. So, are we leaping out of a cave, and she is following me, or did she try and intercept?
To catch you with the bag,
Uh-huh.
but the beast just pushes off her face, basically like a kick, and then jumps up.
Can I try and grab her, take her with me? I think I'd have to spend a willpower, right?
You can spend the willpower to gain control for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. I want to try and do a force feed.
Well, do a strength brawl plus your potency
Yeah.
with 5 strength.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Killjoy has gone for the last like month or something only on kindred blood. He's not about to feed from some animal if he doesn't have to.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And he doesn't know it, but this is the person who stole his sodding threw his bag away as well. Potence is +2, is it?
He lost like 36 items there in one go.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Fuck.
3, 2, 2, 1.
For the audience members, this kind of tension and intensity is what we bring to you.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow.
Vaughn, this is all very fast, but do you have any reaction to this?
If I see that he's about to go in, this is going so quickly, he doesn't know what's happening. I imagine like if he succeeds, he would already have like latched onto her.
You're high on
And if
LSD.
I don't think anymore.
Yeah.
Gotta get high again. Reaction.
So
You still are. You haven't fed
I
yet.
still am.
You still
Oh,
haven't
you're
fed
right.
yet.
I forgot about that. I thought it was a. So, but the moment he like latches on, like I imagine when he realizes what's happening, he's gonna like try and grab his face and then do Eyes of the Serpent to like paralyze him, like look him right in the eyes, to make him stop.
Wow. All right.
Gabriel's getting in on this too.
Yeah. It's a free for all, I guess.
Yeah. This is how we're beginning this night.
This is our coterie kingdom.
It's just chaos when we.
One near possession, one completely frenzied kindred.
Yep.
I think Vaughn, you want to lock eyes. Killer, you go back to 4. Hunger, but then you're staked. Yeah, Gabriel just mashes it through your back.
Oh God!
That's hilarious.
And now you're very fond of Naomi.
I can only have 1 blood bond.
What?
Ah, no, that's not the way it works with Reckon.
It swaps now, you know?
Yeah, because she doesn't have any other ones.
Now you have a new waifu.
Well, he bites you, Naomi, he takes a bit of blood, but then he's staked and just falls back. Gabriel, he's just putting him gently on his stomach, just sitting him down. JK, Alex, you wake up just to
all
Killjoy
this.
staked.
you see Killjoy staked on the ground. Naomi's bleeding from the neck. Vaughn is rushing towards Naomi to do something.
What the hell?
He woke up a bit hungry, Gabriel says.
Shame.
He's going to go over to Killjoy and see him staked, and then he's going to turn to Vaughn and go, "Do you have any of that tea left?"
All out. There's none left.
Okay.
Go hunting for deer, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm of 2 minds. First of all, yeah, possibly getting some sustenance, obviously, in the form of whatever wildlife or game. But it is nighttime, and of course we can freely move now. And so he's going to make a call, assuming I have reception, and talk to Mr. Harris and say, okay, what's our situation? And can you come to pick us up, type of thing. And so, yeah, because he's going to assume that Mr. Harris is, seen whatever news, knows the situation from kind of a bird's eye view there, and can kind of give him information he doesn't have right now.
You make quite a ruckus on the news. You're saying it's terrorism, obviously.
Obviously.
I'll fill you in when we get back, but yeah, I have a team on the way.
Okay,
They're
good.
outside Blackmore.
Okay, all right. And he'll ask for the location where they're going to be and relay that information to the coterie.
Gabriel, he flings Killjoy on his shoulder. Stay out of the back.
We'll take care of him. We'll make some tea, right? We'll put everybody back together.
And
we'll take care of him.
Leaps out of the hole about 25 meters into a tree. And sits and waits for you guys to crawl out.
Yeah. And he's gonna assess the situation here with the other three members and be like, last night was pretty bad. And I know we need to be better. I know I need to be better. He's recalling Killjoy's words. But we need to put ourselves back together here. And I have an extraction team ready for us. And we can start to make things right. If you are willing to, if you'll come with me. And he's going to try to be friendly. That's about as much as he can manage. And Alex is going to start. He's going to start with Nira towards, he's going to
Nira's
start
mostly
going.
fine. She has a few scabs. Still.
Yeah, so he's gonna walk with her. He's gonna be like, that's it. That's my offer. Take it or leave it, But like, that's, it's the best I got for you right now.
Naomi yells up to Gabriel and be like, shut up, you naked hoser.
Jake is gonna go over and give Naomi a tea dose.
Thank you. She'll take it. Also, she kind of like wipes her neck, and then before he bit her, she used corrosive vitae.
Yeah. Doesn't do much to Kindred, but yeah, it's a bit annoying. The steak.
Oh, is
more.
it? Okay.
Yeah. You don't need to rouse for it.
No, but I wanted to like burn his mouth or just something.
We get back to London. To Mirren and half an Adrian.
I have the other half.
And
it's incredible.
Two things are on the news. Obviously, the anti-terror squad has heroically taken out terrorists located in Blackmore village after having gunfights, but they were successful in apprehending 2 suspects and eliminating the rest. And in other news, the disease running rampant in one of the boroughs of London have been identified as H1N1, a strain that's similar to the Spanish flu, the Russian flu, and swine flu. It's a new virus, and they're currently trying to figure out how to cure it.
which Alex is helping with, of course. Wait.
How dare you dismiss my work?
This is art.
I literally thought the disease sounded like a Star Wars robot as well. It's like, yes, H1N1. Have you got that data?
I read up on Vira before. Yeah, I have some fun things in mind.
The things you learn, by researching for ETM. I mean, so many things. But
there's a bit of a time scale here, but I have a few things I'm gonna do before we end.
Okay.
Days passed. You all go back to one hunger. Obviously, you feed and everything. And
our coterie mate is unstaked, and we're not going to talk about what happened there.
Anyone asks, the beast didn't listen.
I think you all spend a bit of days apart. But the first thing I want to do is Naomi and JK in your morgue.
Okay.
The corpses has been piling up. Can you do a
just in the corner?
the medicine, intelligence, and your specialty, JK?
So that's 2 extra dice?
Yeah, and Naomi, you need to do a science and intelligence.
Beautiful.
1 extra die.
Oh, 1 extra die. Oh, what? No, one.
Also for you, Naomi.
Yeah, I figured when she got back, she's just is incredibly deep in her lab. But
You said 1 extra die or 2?
1.
Okay.
3 from Naomi. 7 with a crit.
nice.
Well, it's definitely, you're looking at blood samples, Naomi.
Yep.
It is a virus. What's weird about it, it does not die when the host does. JK. The corpses, they have their hearts have been blackened, and because you are who you are, it's filled with oblivion. It's tainted, and you kind of stare, and you're looking into a chest, and Naomi is looking into a microscope. But suddenly the corpse gets up, just sits up on the bench with an open corpse and looks at you, JK, and says, "This is all your fault. How can you open the veil like that?" You, with a crit, you quickly put 2 and 2 together and figure out this corpse is possessed by a wraith.
Oh no! So the body dies, and the fucking wraith just gets into fucking. So she.
I'll grab one of my embalming
screams.
tools and just stab it through the brain.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Naomi
sleep.
screams and was like, "JK, what the fuck was that?"
The dead are angry, don't worry about it.
Yeah, not through the brain. You figure out it's the heart that's the center.
Oh, yeah,
of this.
okay.
Yeah. So you just quickly, as it gets up and says
Oh,
that.
can I then use that same tool to drain the fluid and keep it in a in a jar?
Yeah,
Hey, baby girl.
little dinosaur coming. oh, that's a unicorn. But yeah, that's a quick thing. Killjoy, you're with Adrian. Her limb's back. You're fine, but you're in a hotel room. Just nothing primal or anything. But you're just enjoying each other's company. Probably have been for a few days. She's been quiet a lot. You feel like she has a lot of questions on her mind, but she's not one to pry. And she does respect you. I don't know how you've been since you got back, but clearly she can sense that something went wrong.
Yeah.
Well, she's ventral and she's perceptive. But right now she's just... Well, Not comforting you, but keeping you company and just sort of waiting.
We eat together. You
Yeah.
know.
Fine dining.
Aww.
Hookers on the table.
Nice.
Are you ready to talk about it?
About what exactly?
What happened?
At Blackmore.
Yeah, they brought you back with a stake in your back, so...
The beast didn't listen.
Rarely does.
I woke up hungry. And the beast wouldn't even feed from the one I wanted to. Was going to go for, I think, some wild animal rather than what I'm sure you would agree as a much more nutritious meal. I mean, your venture, you must understand, we don't just sully ourselves with whatever can come to our plate. We need the correct sustenance.
Well, I have an acquired taste, she says, and strokes your chin.
As do I. But this beast that inhabits us all, sometimes it needs encouragement to truly get wild, I fear.
I've never seen a beast quite like yours.
So I keep hearing.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm wondering what ulterior motive you have, but don't think you'll tell me if I ask you, but I've also been annoyed at other people not asking me. So what ulterior motive do you have for me? I'm curious.
Believe it or not, I actually care for you. Whether it's the bond or not, I don't know, but...
It will be the bond.
Yeah, but... I chose to be bonded to you. I like you because you have never demanded anything from me, and you have respected me from the get-go. I know we start out with making a business deal, and you're always paranoid, but I do like having you around. You're fun, you're exhilarating, and you remind me of someone back in the early 1800s.
God, you're fucking old.
He just smiles.
If I might ask, how do you feel our prince is doing?
Fine. I can't say I would do better. The venture in me wants to, but I do not envy his responsibility. I personally do not want to be in charge. My beast wants to be in charge, but I feel he has... I don't know. It sounds weird, but sometimes I see a bit of Bradford in him.
Well, they are related.
But he hated the man. He killed him, and Alex wants equality and all the clans and the lesser to be a part of this society. But he is ultimate venture doing it for his own power.
Do you actually think that's the case? Do you truly believe it to be so?
There's no reason to lie, and it's weird because he's by having those goals, he's putting his own ass on the line. The elders are not gonna like it, but he still wants to do it.
Yes, but he didn't need the elders to become prince. He needed us.
Well, he needs the elders to remain prince.
Which is why I believe his politics may shift.
Well, he's good at performance.
He is.
And I think that's why he will succeed. I don't know about the whole treating thing. That's what I'm mostly worried about. The non-prince side of him. And I'm not talking about the rock star.
Hmm. Let me speak bluntly, though, for a second and rudely interrupt you. But when his politics shift, there will be some form of fracture in the coterie, I believe. What I would ask of you is to find some time, perhaps, to keep the coterie together. Some of the more warm-hearted of us.
Me? Warm-hearted? She smiles.
You are as good a performer as Alex when you need to be.
I can dominate them to be like that. But
No.
what are you suggesting?
Show them the kinder natures of Kairos. He's a kind man, isn't he? The good he has done for his community.
I'll have a talk with the prince then. As is Primogen.
Perhaps, after seeing the bloodshed, he has commanded you to help out some veterans in the area that will win Vaughn over. Plant a garden of remembrance, perhaps, for them, and you skewer both Naomi and Vaughn.
Perhaps.
But you're nothing to do with our coterie. This isn't
I'm
my
still
manipulation.
Primogen. I'm part of the court.
Yes.
And we fought together. Lost a few limbs, but yeah.
Here you are. There's something I take shame in. Leaving Victor behind. And leaving Gabriel behind. No one should be left behind.
Are you truly on his side?
Whose?
The prince?
Yes. She can incite that if she would like.
Oh, if you're trying to lie, I think she can see through it. Also with the bond. If you're trying to, then you have to do a few rolls, but yeah. Are you serious when you say yes?
It's his stock reaction. Like, he's not entirely sure. He is. He's definitely on the printed side. Not 100%, but he's still solid. But he's not a bought man, as he claims to be.
Well, the whole reason you have a council is to be counseled. So I guess we should do that. Continue to.
I know, with you by his side, he will continue to succeed.
Yeah, I'm next in line, but I don't want to be.
That's why you'll want him to succeed then.
I do not want to deal with Archons and Justicars and all that.
One thing at a time.
Is it okay if I jump scene here?
Mm-hmm.
Before I get to Alex last. Vaughn! You had a request from a guy. You're in a bar. It's a pub. And meeting Marcus, the Lupine. He's having a beer.
That's exactly who I wanted to meet too, yeah.
Having a beer. He, pushes one towards you as well as you enter. There's noisy in here. People are not gonna listen. There's football on the screen. People are rowdy.
And he like waves down like a waiter or waitress and is like, "Can I get those buffalo chips, like with the fries with the buffalo sauce on them? Is that all right?"
Sure thing, honey. And you brought whatever you need.
And Vaughn tells Marcus pretty much everything to do with like the ley lines and what they've been up to regarding like the spirit realm weird shit.
Also, do you tell him about the tear and why the disease is there? Well, you don't know that, but the spirit activity, I guess.
I tell him like in the limitation of my knowledge, and because I only know like a little bit, like a small pip of occult. I mean, so he doesn't really know that much. So
When you're done, he says, "How loyal are you to this JK?"
Oh, he doesn't tell him about JK. They doesn't name names.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this.
He does it as much as he can without exposing his friends.
Mm.
He talks about like the organization as if it's like a nebulous thing that's faceless. So.
Well, I'll tell you this because I like you. We have to move soon. We have to figure out this imbalance, and it's spreading, and clearly it's you guys doing it. Whenever something goes dark, it's always fucking vampires.
Honestly, I don't blame you. It takes a bite of a buffalo chip. But listen, I'm gonna get down to brass tacks, alright? There's a reason why I sought you out. And it's been leading up to this. And he takes out his phone and he opens up like the Facebook profile of Nadine Thompson. In exchange for the information I've given you, I want you to watch over you and your friends to watch over this girl.
Can't do it all the time. Can't do it all the time.
I know. But if there's anyone that vampires won't fuck with, it's people like you. She means a lot to me. She's all that matters right now.
You must really trust me if you give me this kind of a leverage. And he smiles and says, "Don't worry, I'm not like you guys."
Well, that's part of the reason. The other one is I've spent enough time around you, I get a good feel. You remind me of someone I served with. He was a good man. And right now, things are getting desperate. Things are getting really fucking weird, and I don't know if I trust everybody anymore. So, I don't know if she's gonna be a card that someone's gonna pull.
Why don't you just take her and leave London?
That's not how it works. They have a network that stretches all around. I can disappear whenever I want, but her?
Well, I'm gonna help you for 2 reasons. She keeps you human, yes? That's how it works for you guys?
More or less.
Yeah. I kinda like you.
I'd like to do an insight check. He's been passively doing like insight into the guy, but this is him like, oh, I'm gonna help you out. This is I would like to insight this, if that's all right. Would that be like insight wits? Okay.
Unless you're scanning him with like knowledge of social engineering and psychology and shit like that, then it's intelligence.
No, he's going. Vaughn is very much like a somewhat not impulse but instinct driven.
Gut feeling, yes.
Yeah. Like when you look at a man's eyes, you can see him. And I don't get any modifiers for this because I'm high.
Sure.
It's up to you. Sure. It's up to you. So that's a 1. Bless you. You are kind. You are very generous and merciful.
Why wouldn't you be? 2. Well, he seems like he's saying the truth. I'll have someone look after her once in a while during the day. I know you can't do it during the day, so.
Thanks. What might I ask? What story are you gonna give?
I don't know. Special favor, something.
Okay.
It's my pact. They do whatever I tell them to.
All right. I really appreciate this.
We trust each other. Your pact should too.
And Vaughn just kind of like looks down and just doesn't say anything and seems very unsure. He seems impacted by what was just said. So
He takes a large sip of his beer and says, "Everyone fucks up, Vaughn. What matters is how you fix it."
they're not all bad. Even the worst of them is
Just give him
all
time.
compared to others.
That's the issue with you guys. You live forever and
Mm-hmm.
you all fall eventually. I hope I don't live long enough to see you fall.
I appreciate that. I'll take it.
I don't know if I could actually take your head.
Or you might, but then you'll find out like, oh, that wasn't his head.
That was a pumpkin.
That was a pumpkin the entire time. And he shakes, puts his hand out across the table to Marcus to shake.
See you around. He looks at the football going on as you exit.
And then Vaughn just quickly takes like two buffalo sauce covered fries, walks off, meets him as he's walking out.
Alex, back in your penthouse. It's only you and I think Marin. Mr. Harris, perhaps, if you want him there. Nara is there, obviously.
Yep. So I have a question.
Yes.
Given that Judith was apparently, if I understand correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, was apparently sired by our recently deceased or potentially deceased Sabat people.
She was sad in a weird way. She's not become human again.
She's not become human again. Okay. There goes that idea. Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Victor explained it like it was an experiment.
Yeah. Okay. Because Alex on some level was also thinking that. He was also thinking like, okay, maybe that would free her from the shackles of the curse. And he's internally, he's not, I can roll if you like, but he's very good at concealing what he's actually thinking. And so he's internally a little bit disappointed that she's not free from her vampiric nature. But he, over the past few days, he would also debrief Marin on what happened, and the loss of Victor, and of course he would debrief the sheriff, and he would say,
Darius
okay.
is whole again as well.
Yes, exactly, yeah. and so he would basically say that everybody needs to step up. He is going to, in his own way, Marin and he have been working on, or at least he told her that they were going to pursue the whole curing the disease thing, and whether it's a disease that can be cured or not, the public is going to see efforts towards that end.
Well, Adrian has acquired a pharmaceutical company for you.
Yes, exactly. And so we're going forward with that initiative. Henry, so Alex is basically pulling all of his strings to fill in for Victor, basically to fill in for Victor's gap. He's pulling on Henry to basically be like, okay, the information gathering. He's pulling on Darius to cover all of the esoteric as well as like any other wards and things like that. He's pulling on Nira to basically, and Darius to help him with the progress and understanding of the revelations of the Dark Mother and all that stuff. So he's basically leveraging all the remaining assets he has to continue in those objectives and to see what he can do in Victor's absence. He's not going to concern himself with the sword, although he is going to say that now that that's dealt with, he fully expects there to be another avenue taken in terms of demonic entities and whatnot seeking it out or something like that. So he wants to brace against that sort of incursion. He also wants to I don't know quite how to do this because Victor is old. But he did have a human profile at some point, and he can't make a memorial. He does want to be better, and Killjoy's words are staying with him, and he does want to be better, and he wants to try to acknowledge and respect that he knows that his coterie, he saw, it was one of the very few times, and in its own way, one of the first times that they kind of spoke against him the way they did. And he hasn't forgotten that. And he's like, he knows that something needs to be done to try to make it right. So I don't want him to just be like, here's a memorial for this guy who was dead for 200 years. But it's one of those things where he's trying to put the pieces together to like honor Victor's passing in that way.
I think you have one of his canes are probably standing around. That's the only
thing. Yeah.
And nobody knows how to gain access to. I want to note a few things. With Marin, you can see she does not give a shit about any of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. She wouldn't. Yeah.
Judith, you're keeping an eye on her because you're expecting something. She can no longer retain food. You figure out one evening she's just hurling blood into the toilet.
Oh,
she's
okay.
Pale as a corpse.
Okay.
Her eyes are red.
Yeah. Okay.
She says she feels weird, and she does not know why.
Okay. We need to investigate that. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, okay. What roles? He's immediately going to want to jump on that because that's unexpected. He was expecting the opposite, right? He was expecting her to become more human, not to become more kindred. So, yeah, he's going to ask the sheriff. He's going to ask Darius, like, what is going on here? Can you tell me anything about this? Because Darius is Banu Hakim. There's a wealth of esoteric information there.
If I didn't know better, I would say she's dying, but she's already dead. So
right. What's going on here? Like, is there some way for us to ascertain what's happening? Is there a person that might know? Is there a resource we might get? He's going to kind of be a little frantic about this because he would prefer that she live. This would be seen as another failure on his part, like, oh, she kind of withered and died.
And she's not becoming weaker. It's quite the opposite, but she's also becoming more feral. Like her beast is stronger. Let me do a roll here. I think Darius, he has a taste of blood. It's a bit dangerous for Banu Hakim to do it, but...
Alex is going to be ready to pry him off.
I'm gonna roll the pause on that shit. That was ridiculous.
That was a ridiculous roll. Yeah.
And you don't need that many successes.
Okay.
2. That's 3 total. Well, she is lashing out with claws as he gets close. He's still hurling into the toilet. He just simply grabs her wrist and then smashes her into the wall, holding her arm on the back. And then just with a fingernail, just a drop of blood. She's trying to get free, but he is way stronger.
Yeah.
Even though she seems borderline on frenzy.
Yeah.
He takes it on the tongue and goes, she's definitely not thin blood. She's shimishi.
Right. Fair enough.
And possessed.
It's going around.
JK. I don't know. This is not my thing. I think we need to. Naomi can do this sort of thing better than me. She's the one that vetted me, right? She has a special ritual to investigate blood further.
And he's going to ask the very, very obvious question, the very practical question. Okay, what do we need to do to calm her down?
He pulls out a stake from behind. He's still holding her.
Press F. Okay, so yeah. Well, then that's it. So not even is bonding potentially an option for maybe keeping her under control, or no?
It only works half the time, and it takes months to gain full loyalty. We can dominate her.
Could dominate her, but that only lasts for certain periods of time.
We could just put her to sleep until we figure out what's going on with her. It's not gonna harm her.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. And if I need to dominate her at all, I will do it.
You can hold
obviously.
her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He
I will look in her eyes and tell her it's going to be all right. We're going to help you.
Right before the stake goes in, there's tears of blood going down her face, and then she just becomes stiff.
Like closes the eyes. Like, I'm sorry.
Before we end the episode, obviously we need a bit of a cliffhanger.
I actually have one thing to add, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, so I have actually a couple of questions. Number one, how many letter wards can I make?
As many as you have blood to do it. You need to rouse every time.
Okay, I want to rouse 3 times. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. 3 hunger gain.
I'm at home, right? Or in the lab?
You're back at 1. Well, you have blood back, so you can like drink in between. If you're doing it like alone and you're like prepared to.
Yeah. I only need 3, so should I just hit it 3 more times if I drink 3 blood?
No, it's fine, but you need to do 3 ritual rolls as well.
Okay. Ooh, fuck. Okay.
It's a passive thing. But yeah, you do 3 wards, but I'm gonna cross 1 willpower off. Not that it matters because you're gonna regain it. But what's your intent with the letters?
So 1 letter I'm actually gonna assign to Victor's grandchild, and being like from your guardian angel. As with a beautiful bouquet that would be suited for her. The second one is actually going to be signed to her what do you call it, James, saying to, so how much does James actually love Naomi?
He says he does.
Okay, I need insight on how much he does, or is there like this will really kind of determine the outcome.
Hurt you. Whenever you toss a plate at him or hurl insults or whatever, he does not retort.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's also extremely jealous and
Yeah.
kind of views you as an object, like a
Absolutely.
prized possession.
Okay. So how does
It's kind of like
basically
if
how
you're
obsessed is he about her?
very.
Okay. So there's going to be a box instead of a bouquet. And there's going to be lingerie, and the letter's going to sit on it, being from Naomi. To the greatest, to her lover, basically. Which is not him, so it's going to blow up. Taking him with her.
It's gonna hurt a bit, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's not going to kill him?
No. It's gonna dissolve the letter and, yeah, hurt a bit.
Damn it. Okay, well, the third one is actually telling her real father to head to the warehouse and her vines, basically for him to come in so the vines can get him and like keep him still while she, as she works on the whatever, because she doesn't know when he's going to show up or where he is or whenever, but I guess somehow the plants will notify her when he arrives to kind of like keep him contained so she can interview him. And I figured that is going to be for like next session or like whenever.
You set a few things in motion.
Yeah, exactly.
One last thing. You wake up during the day.
Okay.
Hear the screams of Blackmore. This is weird. You usually don't wake during the day.
Yeah.
See a burning man in front of your bed, and then hear Arishart's laughing voice in your mind. You don't know if this is real or not, but feels like a dream, but you don't dream.